There we go. Hey guys, so I think it's time that we talk about beta a little bit more. And I'm gonna go through the foil set and a couple more maybe later as I think we have a bit of a discussion. I still think beta is amazing. I know we've recently heard that they're probably going to be reprinting it some more. The goal for it is, I'm assuming, to reach more players and to get the game to be shared more through the local gaming network in game stores, and organize maybe tournaments and have more prizes and attract more people into collecting that way. I used this specific binder for this foil set because I love that we can see the front and then the gorgeous back. And I find that I love that we can see the whole picture. Everything is done alphabetically. So there's no, not like according to their checklist with element and everything. And as per usual, I'm going to be showing a lot of my favorite cards. And plenty of this still absolutely amazing art. I'm still very much in love with the game. I've really enjoyed opening this product. As I said many times, beta has been the most fun I've ever had opening products for a trading card game ever. I do think that there comes danger with overprinting, as currently we have a fair amount of product available in the US, and we can still order it at MSRP. Oh, sorry, I'm just noticing a dark sleeve on the Battle Mage. And it's nice to be able to see the front and the back. This is nice. These videos let me also correct certain things that I'm doing. I'm not sure how much the company is going to manage to fix or bring new players by printing more. I think they are probably going to scare a few people away. So in the first printing of beta, Blink and Blizzard had a known mistake of having the wrong names on each card. You'd have the Blizzard on the Blink and you'd have the Blink on the Blizzard. And so these are the fixed versions of these, which would be different from another beta set, which I may show you later if we get there. But yeah, no, in terms of talking about the reprints, I'm not sure it's the best idea. I'm sure that announcing it this early was definitely the wrong timing, because we still have plenty of stock, and the prices are still very affordable. So I'm not sure why they decided to talk about it this early on. I don't know for you guys, but I just love this. You know, you have the front with the shiny, and then you should just see this incredible art. I was just at Sorcery in Vegas, and I got to meet 14 incredibly talented artists and that were representing the company, or some that were hoping to work with the company in the future, which is really, really cool. I met a lot of the artists for Arthurian Legends, became friends with a few of them. This is not a great sleeve. Cloud City, which is an incredible card. Beautiful art. Done by Elvira Polikoska, and not Elvira Shakarova that was at SorceryCon. So was Liz Danford. It does a lot of incredible art, including that of this mat for Mirror Realm, which we'll be seeing soon. There's also True Parish. We signed a few of my cards, which is very fun. I wonder You know what? I'll show you towards the end because I brought a non-foil complete set of beta that I am trying to get every artist to sign it and go for a complete sign set, which I think would be a fun and complicated endeavor. And I hope I get to meet most of the artists or all of the artists that way. I got to speak to Brian Smith, who is also at Sorcery Con, who does some incredible art, including one of my favorite all-time cards, which is the color Space. I bought the an embellished print of it, which is really beautiful and in my apartment, so I'm loving it. I got to meet also Michel Naguipal. We talked about a lot of things. Today is more of since we've already gone over the alpha set, which is exactly the same as the beta set, only with a few cards that differ, like Death Dealer that has the Frank Frazetta art in the alpha set, and then the Brian Smith art in the beta set. So it's more of a art appreciation kind of video and talking about how things are going 2.5 years or 3 years into collecting this. It's been awesome. So far I'm loving it. The community is mostly very, very friendly. I'm not seeing that much toxicity, which is something I've been used to with Pokemon and Sorcery and even One Piece. So it's nice. It feels like it's more adults that mostly want to see oh my God, this art is incredible. Just they want to see a healthy game develop and grow. And I think the company is also at a similar point where they're not necessarily just chasing huge profits, as the founder is, let's say, already rich. So they're trying to find a good balance and create a cool game that people will collect and play for a long time. And I think that's a very good approach to creating a TCG. Elvira Shakarova, I just showed her art with the Elementalist, which is beautiful and everywhere. She's made so many cards for this set, including the Far East Assassin and many, many more. I'm not even sure how many cards she did, but I had them all signed in my other binder, so I'll show you that. But yeah, I'm actually curious. I'd love you to let me know if you're watching more the foil side or more the back side of the card, because it's very different. It's very fun. It's very different to what I've seen in any other card game. Flamecaller, and then you have the full art non-foil on the back with that like phoenix coming out of him. Beautiful art by Francesca Berald. And again, I am not worried for the future of the company. I know that they're financed already for the next 5 years, which is really cool, which means we'll get to see at least 5 sets. I just hope that the community genuinely grows, and I hope to see more of a pattern, like a pattern that we can, more communication from the company, where we can kind of have an idea of, hey, we're going to be printing these sets for 1 year, for 2 years, and when it runs out, it runs out. Or we're going to keep reprinting it as long as we see it fit for X or Y reason. Or we're presenting it in these places, and I don't know. I think that right now, with some of the current announcements and the timing of it, it would be important to try and have some clarity and a good conversation around what the general discussion or general direction the company wants to take towards the collectibility or its relationship with players, gaming, and how they plan on expanding. Right now, they gave incredible numbers, which I thought was awesome, since they already have 13,000 people on the player network, which means that we probably have conservatively 20,000 players, which is very small in comparison to Magic or Pokemon, of course, but it's 3 times or 4 times bigger than I was expecting, because of how small and everything is. They have very little marketing, and I hope we saw more. And I think that's what they're actually trying to push right now. It's growing through game stores and word of mouth and getting each other to, you know, bring your friends, kind of an old school approach. And I'm seeing that it's worked to some extent, and I'd love to see it on a larger scale. And I hope that this appeals, the art, the game appeals to other content creators. Séverine Pinault with Kythera Mechanism, incredible art. And yeah, I'd love to see more videos out there. I know Rudy makes quite a few, but he's, you know, a very divisive figure in the TCG community, and it would be great to have other, you know, new fans kind of just open boxes and say how they feel, what their relationship has been with the game, how they view it in terms of collectability, what direction they think the company should make. There's all sorts of things that we can do. And, you know, for me, I've been having an amazing time collecting and opening product, and all I want to do is share more of it. I want to have more people to play with. I want to talk about it more, which is why I've been making almost all of my last videos have been around Sorcery, because I genuinely fell for the art. The gameplay has reeled me in after, but at first it was the old school aspect, and I think that's what caught a lot of people in general, which has been, hey, let's try and reminisce the old days of Magic the Gathering with Alpha Beta Unlimited and Arabian Nights and all that stuff. This is the incredible Liz Danford Mirror Realm, which is the playmat that we've used at the moment. She's a wonderful person and has very long stories, extremely interesting and long and detailed stories on how she created all of this work, and it's very fun. Of course, here we have the mixes done by the very talented Elvira Shakarova and Alan Pollack, which I also got to meet. I'm not sure if my thoughts are coming across as cohesive, as I feel like I'm a bit all over the place with like, oh, hey, I'm not sure we need reprints right now. And look at this amazing art. And oh, I love this artist. But tell me, I'm more kind of just sitting down and having a conversation, or having a talk. Having a talk about the card game, about the art, about its collectability, about what I love about it, and the direction or the things I'd love to see more of. And for me, Arthurian Legends has been beautiful. It has not managed to equal the hype that Alpha and Beta was, and I think that's because it was a smaller set. It's still a great set and a lot of fun and a good expansion, and I very much look forward to just seeing more. I think right now they're in that early stage where they're trying to get more players, grow the game, find kind of their place with what works and what doesn't. And I'm very much here for that. I was very lucky to talk with some of the company representatives. They were very kind to give me some time and sit down and chat together. And so we did, and, you know, I got to understand that they're just, you know, they're similar. They're to many of us. They're just happy geeks that are now part of a big project, and they're doing the best they can. So instead of maybe sending them a lot of hate, which I'm sure they get on the daily, it's good to try and find a way to, because they interact with us. They're on a lot of the platforms. They speak with us on Facebook, on Discord. And they're very open to, Drew Tucker made this incredible art. They're very open to feedback, they're very open to discussion, and I think that's wonderful, and I hope that doesn't change. And I encourage anyone that's curious about the game to have a look. Curiosa.io, or to just go on Facebook and type Sorcery TCG or Sorcery Community, all that stuff, and inquire within. Because the product is incredible, I find, beautiful. The game is also really cool. I mentioned in the last video that they have that mid-game feel where you can't really end the game in 1 or 2 turns, and you build a board, and you have your mission and your goals and your artifacts and minions and things to accomplish to try and beat your opponent, and these longer games are fun. You build a board, you have a conversation, and you're trying to, as with all games, outsmart your opponent or be faster. And it's a lot of fun. I got to meet Michal Nagipal also at SorceryCon. This is also one of my favorite cards, the Plague of Frogs. The Bloom of Frogs, Plague of Frogs, and it's incredible. It's beautiful. The Bloom of Frogs is the curio. Just these colors are so explosive. I hope it translates well on the camera. Do you see well, like, the full art and how everything goes? It's to me, it's really stunning. And I hope it's fun to look or talk about and see how it is. These bears are awesome. Who does that? Melissa Benson, of course. Melissa Benson did the cores. So the amethyst, the ruby, the aquamarine, and the onyx core, which are some of the most iconic cards in the game, or important cards in the game. Here is Pudge Butcher again. Beautiful and iconic art by Brian Smith. Another long video with you guys, but I think some of you are used to it at this point. I kind of show the art, talk about the game, and my general opinions on what's going on in the space. I'm always mesmerized by the art, and look at this rest in peace, man. It's incredible. I haven't played with it yet. I don't have a deck that requires one or seen a deck list, but in terms of art, I'm really appreciating and loving it. Here's another Melissa Benson core, the Ruby core, and Roots of Yggdrasil, which is an extremely played card. And yeah, no, as I'm saying, one of the things I'd love to see, and that's something you can't really share, is the box opening experience. You can, of course I can open it for you on camera, I can open boxes for you, but it's more fun when you experience it on your own. And I think everyone should try and open one box of beta, just to see how you feel about the game. You can get it at the entry price if you're gonna buy a box of anything else, or if you're gonna try something. I think it's a pretty good time to try beta. Because to me, the experience was unparalleled, and it made me instantly fall for this game and kind of dive in. I'm showing another incredible avatar here by the very talented Dan Seagrave, who made the Seer. You come up with stories and universes in which all these creatures and people live. We have Midland, we have Upland, we have Unland, we have Highland. We have the Kingdom of Thule. We have the Queen of Midland. We had a lot of, oh, sorry, let me get this Screaming Skull out of its black sleeve. Oops. I mean, look at this. Come on. Isn't that incredible? I think it's also Melissa Benson. Yep, it is. Just the art. Whenever bearer attacks and kills an enemy, it untaps. So this is an artifact that you equip on your creatures. Very similar to Magic. The gameplay is wonderful. I compared it a bit to Commander in some aspects. This is, I'm sure, Elvira Shakarova. Yep, it's Elvira Shakarova. I mean, this incredible art for Selfsame Simulacrum, which is another card which I love. And it was very fun for me to meet the artists. Never done that. Actually, never went to a con before. Actually, that's not true. I've been to Comic-Con, but I've never been to a con just for cards. And this was Sorcery Con just for Sorcery, and there was about 300 people, and I thought it was a raging success. I loved interacting with the community and the crowd, the artists, the company, the players, the other collectors. I met someone who put my collection to shame, which is something, and that was humbling and very fun, and it gave me more motivation to chase new goals or aim for other things, or just keep going at my pace. But I thought that was really, really great. The spin attack is incredible. This is True Parish. He was also there. What I'd love to do is encourage new players to try this, because the game is very affordable, very approachable. There's an amazing opening experience, a wonderful collectibility aspect to it as well. And I think now is a very good time to come in. We have 2 or 3 full sets if you count Alpha as different. We have Alpha, Beta, and Arthurian Legends, and a good amount of availability, great collectability, approachable prices for the gaming, and high prices for some specified foils. Here is the Color Out of Space, which is my favorite card. I got to meet Brian Smith at Sorcery Con. He was there, and he made this altar. This is my first altered card. Actually, maybe my second authored card, because I also did one with Sam McKinnon, who's amazing. And that's for Arthurian Legends, but I'll make a whole video about that one, and you'll see it's incredible. You have this little guy being eaten by these this space monster, which is very fun. Brent Smith's wonderful as well. Got to meet him and his girlfriend Justine. Yeah, so this is a full foil beta set. And seeing and appreciating the art it's very special to me. Like, this tufted turtle is incredible. The art is something else. I know I'm very repetitive, but I've owned these cards for a long time at this point. Well, for a long time, like a year and a half. But I'm still mesmerized by it, and I've still kept getting a larger and larger collection and position in them because they make me happy. I'll show you at the end. 25 minutes, Jesus. If you're still with me, thank you for being here. These are slow appreciation videos where I talk about collecting and gaming and all that stuff, and my general approach to the game. And I encourage people to try it and have their own opinion of it. This is our last page, our Witherwing Hero by Vincent Pimpetti, who I've also managed to talk to recently, who's a wonderful man who lives in France. So we spoke in French together, because I'm French. And voila. That is the full beta set in foil. And if you stayed till the end, I'm going to show you a couple little things I've been working on quickly. This is the beautiful playmat by Liz Lanford of two-player mat. This is a beta non-foil set that I started getting signed by all the artists. I don't know if you can see it. But here I had Shakarova, Elvira Shakarova sign. Same for here. Maybe you see more of the signatures this way. Brian Smith, Tony Shudlow, Brian Smith again, Jeff Mangas, and I'm trying to get a full set of signed cards where the signature kind of outshines the art. I want it to be more about the artist, because I have now a lot of copies of these cards. So I want it to have one set of just kind of signatures of every artist on every card. So this is going to be a long-term project for me. And that's something that I'm currently pursuing. And here, oops. Hope you're still with me. And here is one of those mega binders. Oh, is that gonna make it? Yep. Where I have 16 full sets. I don't even know if this is gonna fit the frame. Gosh, yeah. So I've completed my 16 full sets of beta, 17 with the foil, 17 with the non-foil one. With the signed set, sorry. So here's the end of that set. I went for the box topper, the promo, the art appreciation card, even the little tokens, which I got signed as well by Michel Nagival. Here are all the curios. Gosh, it's not gonna fit on the frame. But I made a video about these, so I'm sure you know what's going on. Here are all the promos put together, which I've also talked on a different video. Prize cards, error cards, stamped cards, miscellaneous more promos, and then some stuff for the trade binder, which is plenty. But yeah, if you stayed with me this long, very thankful. I know it was a bit all over the place, and I'd love to just know what you generally think. Have you given the game a try? Do you collect? Do you play? Do you do a bit of both? Do you think the reprint is good and healthy at this point? And what's your approach to collecting? I'd love to know a lot of your collecting and goals. So let me know. I love interacting with you guys in the comments, as I do very, very often. So have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching this 29 videos, 29 minutes. I think it's the longest I've done. All right, bye guys.